you started obviously getting out of the league. Where did things kind of go off in that second period and losing that momentum?
Well, obviously we started the second period shorthanded. I think we actually done a pretty decent job at killing that penalty, and there's just a couple seconds left. They make a play and they score. I think the 3 goals you give up at the start of the second, it's not unlike the 3 that we scored to start the first. It's a couple pucks, we get a couple chances, we put some pucks to the net, they go in, we get a power play goal. They get a power play goal, they put a couple at the net, they go in. Actually, and then I've already watched it back. I didn't mind our start to the second period. We played pretty good. I think at the point in time when we given up the 3 goals, we were out shooting them in the period at that point in time. The first TV timeout came about 7.5 minutes into the period. We were out shooting them 5-3 at that time. So it's just, I guess it's just hockey is what I'd say, is what kind of got away on us there. They get 3 just like we got 3. But loved the fight in our team. I thought we competed hard. We come right back. We get the 4th goal. They get a 5-on-3 goal. First 5-on-3 of the series, and it's a lengthy one, and that's that evens the game for them. But liked a lot about our game here tonight.
You mentioned it there, and a couple of guys mentioned too how proud they were the way they overcame some of that adversity, particularly like the defensemen again logging a lot of big minutes. How proud are you the way they competed tonight?
Real proud. To come out the way that we did, came out fighting, came out swinging. We weren't here just to go away quietly. And this is a tough building to play against, and a very hard team to play against, a very good team. Our team fought, man. We came out of game 1. The game 1 didn't go well. It was our worst game of the series. And we lost Luke and Dilly in game 1. We knew at that time they weren't going to be back in the series. But our team fought, pushed. I loved our start to game 2. We played well in game 2. You lose the game. That game 2-1. For shorthanded goal. And there's this one here in double overtime. This is a very difficult building to play in against a good team. Played 2 pretty good road games, both in games 2 and 5 here. So to not get one is tough, but I thought our guys just gave everything they had. We were on fumes in overtime, but our guys just kept fighting, hanging on. Marky's battling, so. There's lots to like about it. You're disappointed. We want to win. I thought we could win. There's a path there for us to win, and came close here today. But love the fight, love the character of our team. I learned lots about our guys that I'll take away. Feeling really good about what they brought.
Sheldon, just disappointing that you couldn't really break through on the power play or special teams in the series, particularly tonight when it could have paid.
Well, scored a power play goal tonight. That's what you want, right? We can only control about today's game, and got a huge power play goal in the first period. It's a big moment for us, for the power play to come through. It was huge. Third period, we get a power play. If you could tell me if there's one thing you want to draw up, what would be your ideal scoring chance? I would want it to be a Dougie Hamilton one-timer down the slot. We got that in the third period and didn't go in. Power plays, you're not going to get a lot of looks or a lot of shots or attempts, but if you can get one really good scoring opportunity per power play against them, you've done well. And I thought we did that. We scored 1 in the first period. Dougie gets that up just a little bit more over the pad. It's a huge goal, huge moment. But the overall series lack of success in the power play is it's heightened because of the penalty kill. We didn't get the job done in the penalty kill. So, even tonight, thought we're doing a pretty good job of the kill. We take one, we're down 5-on-3. Thought we're doing a pretty good job of killing that, and then they get it late. 4 minutes in overtime, we kill 3 minutes, we did an unbelievable job for 3+ minutes, and they shoot one in. But that's the way it goes. You know, it's disappointing. It's a little bit frustrating, a little bit surprising. We knew the power play was going to have trouble in this series, but penalty kill has to do a better job. Power play, penalty kill, we were the number one team in the NHL in the regular season when you combine the two special teams. So to have that be the difference ultimately in the series is disappointing. Throughout all our injuries, all the other stuff, you do a better job there. We're still playing.
You spoke to it a little bit. Can you just speak to the way Marstrom rebounded after that second period?
Yeah, he battled. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough stretch. I mean, the first 3 shots of the second period go in the net, you know, and but he battled. We gave up some looks after that. That first overtime, man, we were under siege, and he was outstanding to give us a chance to keep fighting. And I thought a chance to regroup. First at the TV timeout of overtime, I thought we regrouped and we didn't give up. I think the last 9 minutes of the first overtime, we only gave up 2 or 3 shots. But that first half, we were reeling. We needed that break badly, but he got us to there. And I thought, a chance to go in and regroup for the second overtime, that we would be okay. Actually really liked our start. We got Nico shooting it down the slot in the first shift, and we just take a penalty that, that's a tough one to take in overtime with your season on the line.
Sheldon, did you have any issue at all with that call? Did you feel like it was a follow-through?
I thought it was a follow-through, but it's because I don't want to go on the penalty kill. So I don't make the rules. I don't even know exactly how they interpret those. To me, he's on the act of moving the puck, and they felt differently about it. That it's it's the way it goes, unfortunately.
Last one, Gabe.
How beneficial is this going forward for a lot of the first-year guys, including yourself, going through this playoff experience together, moving forward and building a team?
Yeah, you know what? Listen, I think, as we get time for this to, tonight's loss to dissipate and then reflect on the whole season and the playoff, I think I'll come away feeling positively about some of the steps we've taken. And, when we get back to Jersey, we'll talk more about it. But I do think we improved. We found out lots about some of our people in this series, in these circumstances. I thought you look at how we were in Game 1, from Game 1 of this series to tonight, I thought a lot of our players just really improved and grew through that. Guys who came in with little or no playoff experience. Look at the huge moment of Simon Nemec in Game 3. The overtime goal, but to me it's more than that, just his play. Like, we have no chance in this series, and we'd be swept and gone with the injuries we had on defense if Nemo doesn't step up the way that he did. So to me, he was a real bright spot coming out of this whole experience. But there's others, We ended up not using them a lot tonight. I thought Casey stepped right in and did some really good things. I thought a lot of our top guys did a nice job through the series. We got some others that I think will reflect and look a lot and learn a lot about what this time of year is about, how hard it is. But we got time to digest that and work with our guys on that. But all in all, I hate losing. I really hate losing. And it's hard to be positive coming out of that because I just hate it. And even despite our circumstances, I come to the rink today believing we're going to win today and believe we have a chance to win the series. So this sucks and it's disappointing, but I'm proud of our group and how they fought, because it's when you're behind the bench, especially in these games, in these moments, like, you're there, you see it, you feel it. You can, the guys are giving you everything. They are exhausted, and it's very, very hard hockey to play when you're down at ice level and you're with the players on the bench, the crowd noise, all these things. It's an unbelievable environment, and your players and your team can't help but to improve within it. And clearly, we have to continue to improve. But I believe we took small steps through this, and we're going to have to make more.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Yeah, thank you.